Ever wonder why Scientology is so secretive? Well, it turns out that they've got some pretty wild ideas they don't want you to know about. From alien souls to a bridge to total freedom that could cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars, we're about to uncover the disturbing beliefs Scientology tries to hide. At the core of Scientology's beliefs is the concept of thetans, immortal spiritual beings that have lived many past lives. These thetans aren't just earthbound. They're said to have existed in extraterrestrial cultures too. But here's the kicker. New members aren't told about this right away. Scientology keeps these alien origins under wraps initially. They start with more palatable ideas before introducing these sci-fi elements. This gradual reveal is no accident. It's a calculated approach to ease people into beliefs that might seem far-fetched at first glance. The problem? These core tenets lack scientific backing, relying instead on the charisma of their founder and the allure of secret knowledge. And who am I to criticize the beliefs of Scientology? My name is Dr. Salman Aziz Mirza, triple board certified in adult psychiatry, child and adolescent psychiatry, and addiction medicine, and there have been numerous times where Scientologists have targeted me directly, including them bursting the pipes in my office. If you thought the aliens were outrageous, well, they're just the tip of the iceberg. Scientology's structure goes much deeper, and it's designed to keep members climbing a very expensive ladder. Enter the Bridge to Total Freedom, Scientology's roadmap for spiritual growth. It's a series of levels starting from pre-clear and working up to clear and then to operating thetan, or OT levels. Each step promises greater spiritual and mental abilities. Sound intriguing, right? Well, there's a catch. This spiritual journey comes with a hefty price tag. Reaching the highest levels can cost members between $350,000 to $400,000. That's not pocket change. It's more than some people's homes. And it's not a one-time fee. Members pay as they go, level by level. L. Ron Hubbard, Scientology's founder, has some interesting ideas about pricing. He suggested that a 25-hour block of auditing, Scientology's version of counseling, should cost about 3 months' pay for an average worker. Think about that for a moment. 3 months of your salary for just 25 hours of service. But wait, there's more. The teachings at higher OT levels, including the infamous story of Xenu, are kept secret from new members. You only learn about these core beliefs after you've invested significant time and money. It's like a carrot on a stick, always just out of reach. This structure bears a striking resemblance to a pyramid scheme. Members at the bottom invest heavily to move up, while those at the top benefit. The more you pay, the more exclusive knowledge you gain, and the more committed you become. It's a cycle that's hard to break once you're in. Critics argue that this model exploits members. The church charges high fees for courses, auditing, and other services. As you progress, the costs only increase. It's not just about spiritual growth, it's a major financial commitment. Scholars have noted how Scientology combines self-help elements with this structured hierarchy. Members are encouraged to bring in others, which further fuels the organization's growth and profits. It's a self-perpetuating system. Perhaps most telling are the words of L. Ron Hubbard himself. He reportedly once said, "I'd like to start a religion. That's where the money is." This quote suggests that profit may have been a key motive in establishing the Church of Scientology. The Bridge to Total Freedom is more than just a spiritual path. It's a carefully crafted system that keeps members invested, emotionally and financially. As they climb higher, the stakes get bigger, and it becomes harder to walk away. This isn't just a set of beliefs, it's a business model disguised as a religion. While Scientology's core beliefs might seem strange, their stance on mental health is even more troubling. You might think a group focused on self-improvement would support modern mental health. But Scientology's view on mental health is not just skeptical, it's outright hostile. Scientology sees psychiatry as more than just misguided. They view it as a, quote, barbaric and corrupt profession, end quote. L. Ron Hubbard, Scientology's founder, and his successors have made bold claims about psychiatrists. Scientologists claim that they were behind major historical atrocities, including the Holocaust and even 9/11. These aren't just fringe ideas within the group, they're central to Scientology's worldview. But Scientology doesn't stop at criticism. They actively work to undermine mental health care. The church runs an organization called the Citizens Commission on Human Rights, or CCHR. This group promotes a museum with a chilling name, Psychiatry, an Industry of Death. The exhibit paints a dark picture of psychiatry, focusing on past abuses and failures in the field, as well as misrepresenting treatments and advancements that have been made since then. So what does Scientology offer instead of traditional mental health care? They promote their own methods, chief among them being auditing. The process involves reliving traumatic experiences to remove what they call engrams, painful memories stored in the mind. Scientologists use a device called an E-meter during auditing. They claim it can measure the body's electrical response to find areas of spiritual distress. Here's the problem. These methods aren't backed by science. The medical community doesn't recognize auditing or E-meters as valid treatments. But Scientology teaches that reaching a state called clear through auditing will cure psychosomatic illnesses and boost overall well-being. This stance isn't just unconventional, it can be dangerous. By rejecting proven mental health treatments, Scientology puts its members at risk. There have been tragic outcomes when Scientologists avoided proper medical care due to these beliefs. Take the case of Lisa McPherson. She underwent a Scientology treatment called the introspection rundown, which involves isolation. Sadly, she died from a pulmonary embolism while in Scientology's care. Another heartbreaking example is Ellie Perkins. Her son, who had schizophrenia, went untreated due to Scientology's teachings. He ended up murdering her. These aren't isolated incidents. The church has been accused of preventing members from seeking psychiatric help when they need it. This can lead to untreated mental health issues with severe consequences. Scientology's war on mental health goes beyond just promoting alternative treatments. They actively discourage members from seeking professional help. This approach has earned them widespread criticism from doctors and scientists. Many experts worry that Scientology's teachings about mental health are not just wrong, but actively harmful. In essence, Scientology's stance on mental health isn't just another quirky belief. It's a dangerous position that can have real, devastating effects on people's lives. By rejecting proven treatments and promoting unscientific alternatives, Scientology puts its members at risk. This war on mental health care is perhaps one of the most concerning aspects of Scientology's teachings. But Scientology's approach to secrecy goes far beyond hiding alien origins. The organization has a reputation for aggressively protecting its image and silencing critics. This isn't just about keeping secrets. It's about control and suppression on a grand scale. Scientology employs a range of tactics to deal with those who speak out against them. These methods aren't just defensive, they're often downright aggressive. The organization has a formal policy called Attack the Attacker, which was put in place by L. Ron Hubbard himself. This policy isn't about reasoned debate or addressing criticism. Instead, it instructs members to investigate critics and use their personal histories against them. One of the most infamous policies is known as, quote, fair game. Under this policy, Hubbard stated that those labeled as enemies of Scientology could be, quote, deprived of property or injured by any means, sued or destroyed. While the church claims that this policy was canceled, many critics argue that the practices associated with it continue today. Another tactic in Scientology's arsenal is dead agenting. This involves digging up negative information about critics to discredit them. It's not about addressing the criticism itself, but about attacking the person making it. This approach can be particularly damaging as it shifts focus away from the issues at hand and onto personal attacks. Scientology is also known for its frequent use of lawsuits. The organization has filed numerous legal actions against journalists, former members, and other critics. These lawsuits often seem less about winning legal battles and more about draining the resources and energy of those who speak out. The impact of these tactics on former members and critics can be severe. Many report experiencing harassment, threats, and surveillance after leaving the church or speaking out against it. Some have even lost relationships with family members who are still in the church due to a practice called disconnection. This practice encourages Scientologists to cut ties with anyone deemed a suppressive person, including family and friends. The church's aggressive approach extends to using private investigators to gather information on critics. There have been reports of people being followed, spied on, and intimidated. Even more concerning, Scientology has been accused of violating the confidentiality of members' auditing records, using personal information shared in what was supposed to be a safe, confessional-like setting as ammunition against those who leave or criticize the church. When faced with allegations of abuse or misconduct, Scientology's typical response is to deny wrongdoing and paint itself as a victim of persecution. This stance, combined with its aggressive tactics, creates a climate of fear that can effectively silence many potential critics. These tactics of control and suppression reveal a darker side to Scientology. They show an organization willing to go to great lengths to protect its image and maintain control over its members. The result is a system that can trap people, making it difficult and frightening to leave or speak out against the church. Scientology's approach to gradual revelation isn't limited to its beliefs. The organization has mastered the art of public relations, using celebrities as its shining facade. But behind this glittering exterior lies a complex web of legal battles and controversies. Since the 1950s, Scientology has actively courted famous faces. Their Project Celebrity aimed to convert popular figures, using their influence to promote the church. The strategy has paid off, with well-known names like Tom Cruise, John Travolta, and Kirstie Alley becoming associated with Scientology. These stars serve as powerful PR tools, enhancing the church's image and attracting new members. However, the relationship between Scientology and its celebrity members isn't a one-way street. High-profile Scientologists often receive special treatment within the organization. There are reports of money from nonprofit Scientology groups being used to provide exclusive facilities for these VIP members. This preferential treatment raises questions about equality within the church's ranks. While celebrities help maintain Scientology's public image, the organization faces ongoing legal challenges. The church has been involved in numerous lawsuits against critics and media outlets. These legal actions often portray Scientology as a victim of religious persecution. However, many view these lawsuits as attempts to silence dissent and control the church's public narrative. The aggressive tactics of attack the attacker and fair game haven't shielded Scientology from legal consequences. In 2009, a French court convicted the church of fraud. This conviction was later upheld by France's highest court in 2013. Such legal setbacks challenged Scientology's claims of religious persecution and raised questions about its practices. The contrast between Scientology's celebrity-studded public face and its contentious legal history is stark. While famous members help maintain an image of success and enlightenment, the organization's aggressive legal tactics and controversies tell a different story. This duality highlights the complex nature of Scientology's relationship with the public and the legal system. The real price of Scientology goes far beyond financial costs. While the organization presents a glossy image of self-improvement, the reality for many members is quite different. The toll on individuals can be severe, affecting their finances, relationships, and mental health. We have seen this countless times when people who end up leaving the church are attacked and slandered, as well as the numerous cover-ups of horrible conditions and treatment within the cult. Thank you for watching, and make sure to like and subscribe and drop a comment below. I have more lined up in this series on Scientology, including how they hide themselves and show up in different ways to peddle their belief system. Make sure to share with your family and friends. Until the next time, stay safe and be well.